Yo, 18-0 RX back with the final breakdown of the year UFC Fight Night Vegas 66 Cannonier versus Strickland. And wow, how quick does a year fly? Feels like not long ago I was doing Giga and Qatar's breakdown and watching that card. Now we are 50 cards later, and a full year breaking down later. Got rid of the recaps because them shits no one cared about. And now we're here, last breakdown of the year. And it's gonna be the last recap of the year at the end of the video, not a whole new video. Because real quick, if you're new here, I do a recap of the card from last week at the beginning of each video. So, you want to recap 282? Probably not, because it sucked ass. Let's do it anyway. Here we go. Simon and Kozlov. Pretty not far from what I expected. Kozlov is very good on the ground, but his gas tank cannot hold up. And Simon's really good. Simon, he's only 21, so he has room to improve, but right now, he's very good. How good is he in 9-10 years? Brown and Silva. Silva sucks. He made TJ Brown look phenomenal. Billy Q and Hernandez, predicted that to a T. Told you Alex Hernandez's gas tank was shitty and Billy Q would tire him out. What did he do? Exactly then. Curtis and Buckley. Yeah, Buckley fucking sucks. Shabazi and Lungenbula. Could not predict that more. It was a complete layup for Edmund, and Dolce literally got cut today or yesterday. So, yeah. Rosenstrike and Dawkins. Told you it was going to end in the first round. And, of course, it ended in the first round. And, of course, with Chris Dawkins getting knocked out. The Dawkins brothers are trash. Thank you. Rosas and Perrin. That kid is fucking for real. 18 years old, 7-0 now, doing this shit in the UFC on pay-per-view prelims as a featured prelim. Good gosh. To look back on this kid in 20 years when he's only 38. Dude, I was saying before the fight, I hope he doesn't turn into the next Chase Hooper. He's already probably better at a younger age. Perrin already got... Did Perrin get cut yet? I don't remember. But, yeah. He looks like a dumbass. Tapuya and Mitchell. Sucks to see. Ilya's great. There's no question about it. Bryce is good. He has flaws in his game. Everyone knew his striking was kind of iffy. But, apparently he had the flu. I don't believe that as much as I like Bryce. I think that's a bad excuse. And, yeah, Ilya's great. Duplessis and Till, not much to say beside. Till's done. Duplessis is good. Ponzinibbio and Morono. Ponzinibbio's Ponzinibbio, man. I still think he should not fight much longer, but he's still got a little left. Here's where we get talking a little bit. Patty and Gordon, robbery of the year. Patty did not win that fight. Jared Gordon did. Robbery of the fucking year. Nothing more to say. Patty sucks. And then Blakovic and Angelaya. I don't think it should have been a draw. I would need to rewatch it. I need to pay attention more on this fight. I probably would have gave it to Ank, but I don't know. At least one good thing came out of this. We got a real title fight between Glover and Jamal Hill. 283, though, which I think both those guys, I like that fight a lot more, and yeah, I'm happy one good thing came out of this, because man, those last two fights of this card fucking killed the vibe. If it was not already murdered. So yeah, that was 282, shitty card, but I think we got a great card to end the year in the Apex 13 fights. We did lose a fight earlier today. Fucking Julian Marquez and Darren Wynn pulled out, so we are down to 13 fights, but that was one of the weaker fights on the card, so losing that's actually not that bad. We still got 13 good two meh fights. And before I talk about them, please like, comment, sub. And let's get to the last breakdown of the year, shall we? First fight of the night, we have Sergey Morozov versus Journey Newson. Let's talk about Sergey Morozov. Sergey, a guy I think who's a very decent bantamweight. I really don't think, I guess you can call him a prospect. 2-2. Like, his losses are really good. His wins kinda underwhelming. Like, he's 2-2 in the UFC. His wins, Khalil Taha, weak win, and Javier Paiva, His losses, Umar Nurmagomedov, can't get mad at that in the fucking slightest. And Douglas Silva de Andrade, again, very good fighter, can't get mad at it. So, he's beating the guys he should be beating, and he's losing to guys he should be losing to. You should not be beating Umar, you should not be, well, Douglas Silva, he probably could have won, but if you don't remember that fight, go rewatch it, it was a great one. Crazy comeback, but yeah, Sergey is nothing special. Like, he's good on the feet. His ground game's not amazing. He is like the two fights he won, if I remember, his man, because his striking, I don't remember it going to the ground much, and if it did, it wasn't a lot. He's good. I think he's one of those, like, for bantamweight has a lot of those mid-level unranked guys. Like, I think he's on the level of, I don't fucking know, Ronnie Yaya. Like, he's decent. He's 33 years old. He's there. He'll, like I said, he's gonna win fights like Khalil Taha and Javier Paiva, but he's not gonna do anything crazy like beat Umar Nurmagomedov. Let's not get stupid now. So, yeah, I think Morozov's good. He's good. I've never really can say anything else about him. Never thought much else. Talk about his opponent, Journey Newsom, Johnny, one of them. He is 1-2 in the UFC. No, he is 1-2-1 in the UFC. His win was in his last fight against Fernie Garcia. I'm not gonna lie, I do not remember that fight. And then his two losses are Ricardo Ramos, who's fine, and Randy Costa, that aged terrible over time. Looked good in the moment, aged bad since. And he had a no contest with Domingo Pilarte. Don't know why, don't remember why, don't care why. Not much I can say about Journey. I watched him fight at least 3 times, and I cannot really say much about him. I don't think he's that good. I've never been able to say a great thing about him. He's always just been, he's there. Why he's in the UFC, I could not tell you. I don't think he's that good. I cannot point out a good part of his game, because again, I don't fucking know his game. I've watched him fight before, and at the same time, it feels like I've never watched him fight before. If that makes any sense. If you watched enough fights, you get that. There are those fighters who you've seen will fight before, and then at the same time, you feel like you've never seen them. And they're so unmemorable that you just erase them until you see them on a fight card again, and you're like, oh, them. So, yeah, not much to say about Journey, man, because I don't have much to say about Journey. He's just there. The betting odds for his fight have Sergey Morozov -240 to +200. Would I have him -2? I do agree with who's the favorite. Do I agree with him being 200? I don't think I could say he should be 200. I would move him down to 190. He should be the favorite in a decent size. I don't know if I could say Sergey Morozov should be a 200 favorite. I think that's a little pushing. He's good. I think he's good. I think he's better than Journey. I think he's gonna win. But I don't know if I could call him -240 to 200. I think that's a little pushing it. So, I am going Sergey Morozov. I think he's gonna just keep it on the feet, do his thing, and win a decision like he did in his 2 wins, and get 2 wins in a row to end the year. So, winner Sergey Morozov by decision. Not much to say. Decent fight. Good. I know on paper that fight might be one of the weaker ones on card, but like I think Sergey is a good fighter. So now we move into a good, like 5 really good, well 4.5 good fights in a row, and this one that should be way higher since it's a ranked fight. I have no idea why it's so low on the card. Second fight of the night, David Undertaker Dvorak versus, Manel Starboy Cop. Let's talk about David Dvorak. 1 second, gotta clean this off. Sorry about that noise, I just gotta clean my computer. I have a retard. I got a lisp, and I spit a lot sometimes. There we go. My bad. No one's watching this shit anyway. Let's talk about David Dvorak. Yeah, well, I don't know why this fight's so low on the card. This should be probably on a featured prelim at least. David Dvorak, he is 3-1 in the UFC. His wins: Bruno Silva, Jordan Espinoza, terrible actually, and Juan Camilo Ronderos. I remember that fight, and I remember why that guy's there, but who? And then to the last fight, he lost to Mateus Nicolau, and I'm pretty sure he was the favorite, and I predicted Nicolau to win as the underdog, and I'm fucking smart. I've watched a couple of breakdowns, and everyone says the same thing, so I'm not gonna pretend like I'm the first one saying this. Dvorak's not that good. He beat shitty fighters, got into the rankings because flyweight, and now he's getting exposed by the top guys he's now having to face. You can beat Jordan Espinoza and Juan Camilo, but you're not beating Nicolau, and probably not Cop. So, long story short, he's just not that good. He can wrestle, kind of. He's just not good. Oh, that's just a long and short. He's just not really that good. And I never saw much of him. That's why when he was the favorite against Nicolau, I was like, really? People really would have him the favorite over Nicolau? I don't agree. I never agreed with that, but clearly I was right. To talk about his opponent, Manel Cop, a dude who had a really weird UFC career so far. He is 2-2 in the UFC, I believe, when Typology would like to load. He's had a couple fights booked this year that's been cancelled, Tyler. Yeah, he's 2-2 in the UFC. His first 2 fights, he lost to Alexander Pantoja and Mateus Nicolau. Two dudes you can't be mad losing to, even though a lot of people, if I remember, his Nicolau fight was a robbery, so take that as you will. And in his last 2 fights, he knocked out Ode Osborne and Zumagulov. He's good. He's finally finding the stride in the UFC that everyone was hyped about when he got signed, and what people wish he looked like earlier. And now he's finally hitting his stride. This is his first fight in 2022. He's been off for a full year. He's had 2 fights booked this year, sadly cancelled. Sumbadarji and Bontarine. So sucks that both those fights got cancelled, but we have him fighting at the end of the year, a year later, almost from his last fight, and he's had plenty of time to recover, so no excuses on the injury. You've had all the time in the world to be healthy, so Cop's good, man. He's very explosive. He's always trying to set up the knockout blow, and he's just really good. He's gonna be a fixture of 125 for a minute. He's only 29. He could get better, and he's already in the ranking. If he wins this, he's gonna be a top 10 dude, I believe, or around that number. So he's getting better, and if he if he looks like how he has in the last 2 fights, he's gonna keep climbing them rankings. So nothing more to say besides the betting odds. Manel Cop minus 240 to plus 200. I would agree. I'd have Manel Cop minus 250. I think he's just shown more. He's shown to be better. He's shown he's just all around. I think Dvorak's record makes a lot of people think different of him. Yeah, 20-4 is a really good record, but if you look deep in there, it's really not fucking amazing. 17-6 might be the shittier record here, but I think it's overall the better fighter's record. So, what if you look at, maybe I'm stupid, but maybe I'm right. I think I'm right. A lot of breakdowns I've heard most people say the same thing. So, yeah. With that being said, I am going Manel Cop, and I'm gonna go. Does he get another finish? Does he get a finish? Probably. I'm going Manel Cop by knockout in the first. He's been off for a year. He's probably frustrated as shit. And he's probably, his forward ain't that good, so it's probably not gonna be too hard to get done KO. Let's see, 11-5. Okay. Yeah, I'm going Manel Cop by knockout in the first. I think he's gonna do his thing like he has been doing and sue on the motherfucker. Manel Cop by knockout in the first. After that, the fight I am extremely happy about because I'm a big fan of one of the fighters in it, and apparently, I guess I'm not insane for picking him if I was not biasly picking him. We have Brian, formerly Pooh Bear, now the Butcher, Battle versus Renat Gladiator Frakradinov. Brian was not meant to be here. This was meant to be Michael Morales, but he pulled out a couple weeks ago. Brian stepped in, and now he has this fight, which is still great. I think, yeah, a lot of people try to say a downgrade from Morales, but overall still a great fight. Two great welterweight prospects. So, let's talk about Brian Battle. Ultimate Fighter winner from last year, Volkan Ortega, and in the UFC, 3-0. He beat Gilbert Ubina in the finale. Then he beat Trayshawn Gore, who was meant to be the finale, and then he did finally beat him. And then he had the highlight of his career so far in his last fight, knocking out Takashi Sato badly. One of the craziest KOs of the year. Just said, fuck you, dunk, and got the win. He showed a lot of potential. I think he's very, very good. Yeah, he's only 28. He's good on the feet, decent on the ground. And overall, I think he's a very good prospect for 170. I feel like it looks like he's trying to find his groove. Like the Ubina fight, I remember being a little tough for him at times, and same with the Gore fight. But then, man, I know Takashi Sato ain't good, but 44 seconds to do that to Takashi Sato, a veteran, is impressive as fuck. And it shows he's getting better. He's getting. I've followed him on Instagram, and I'm pretty sure he's at a really good gym. Carolina Combat. Let's see, anyone good there? I know that BKFC girl, but besides that, I guess no one. Yeah, Battle's good, man. Very good prospect, and gonna be a good fixture at 170 for a while, hopefully. This is the 10th fight, and his 10th pro fight, and only 4th UFC fight, so. Yeah. Talk about his opponent, Renat Frakradinov. He's 1-0 in the UFC. In his debut, he ran to Andreas Michailidis, like everyone should. Yeah, all he did was hold him down for 2 rounds. He had a little trouble in the third because he did gas a little and took some shots, but overall he did clearly win, and now he's here. He not much to break down about his game plan. He has one of the basic game plans. I want to lay on you. I want to hug you, I want to lay on you, and I want to win. It works for some, not for others. For him, it worked in his last fight. Will it work again? I'm not gonna say yes, not gonna say no, probably no, hopefully. Yeah, he's the basic Russian. I'm gonna lay on you, and you either stop it or I win. Not much to say. He's very good. 31 years old, 20-2 record, very good record. And this is a good step up in competition. Brian, hell, they really saw high of him if they were giving him Michael Morales, a dude who, in my opinion, should be borderline on our ranking. So the UFC thinking very high of him. Now it's time to see if, I think Brian is a step down from Morales, but he's still really good, and this is going to be a really good test for Renat. So, it's going to be an interesting one. It's going to be a very interesting one. Let's see, how did he lose? Okay, intriguing. Yeah, very good fight. One of the best fights on the card, I would say. The betting odds have Renat minus 150 to plus 125 for Brian Battle. Yeah, I'd probably agree, sadly. I think Renat should be the favorite, and I'm not mad at it. I could see a world where he lays on Brian for 15 minutes. But I'm biased, which along this card, a couple people I'm saying that for. I'm biased, and Brian Battle is a beast, and I'm going Brian Battle. Do I think he's gonna win? Probably not, but I'm biased, and I gotta pick my boy. So I'm going to, and do I think it's impossible for him to win? No, I think this is a winnable fight for him. I just think it's more of a 85 to 25 for Renat to win. So yeah, so I'm on Brian Battle by, I'm gonna go knockout in the second. I think he's gonna start doing his thing. I think he's gonna fucking let Renat have. Renat might win round one predominantly, but how long does that gas tank hold up? Who knows? So I'm gonna probably go Brian Battle by knockout in the second. Do I think it's gonna happen? Probably not. But you never know. I'm biased. I'm someone who picks for fun. I don't do this shit seriously. I have fun with it. So yeah, Brian Battle knockout in the second. Very unlikely though. Next fight on the card, we have another good prospect. Couple on this card. We have Machete versus Rafa Gifted Garcia. Let's talk about Machete. Yes, that's literally his fucking name. In the UFC, Machete is 1-0, coming off Contender Series, getting a decision win. In his UFC debut, he knocked Steve Garcia out the fuck cold, turned him into a plank to fall over, stepping back with a beautiful counter. And yeah, now he's in his second UFC fight, only 23 years old. What's his fucking record? This is his 11th MMA fight, pro MMA fight, and yeah, from what I've seen, he's good. He's still very green, of course, 23 years old, 11 fights, you're not going to be John Jones. But I think he's better than a lot of people are giving him credit for. I think he's good. I don't think he's a terrible fighter. I've only seen him 2 times, so not very much I can say, because I don't do tape study, and I don't know. So, yeah, Machete's good. I really don't get why some people dog on him at times. He's good. For his opponent, Rafa Garcia, I've seen him fight many times, and I have not much to say. I don't think he's that good. He's 2-3 in the UFC. His wins, Natan Levy and Jesse Ronson. His losses, Nasrat Haqparaz, Chris Grutzmacher, not Gutierrez, and the card Close. Nasrat and Close are okay. I can understand that. Grutzmacher's the one that's like, really, dude? You lost to Chris I remember everyone was hyping him up after the Nasrat fight because he gave Nasrat a war. Then he gets blown out the fucking water by Chris Grutzmacher. He's like, what the fuck? And then he runs through Natan Levy and Jesse Ronson, as he should, and then he ran into the card Close, the fight, which I did not think he was going to win. So, you know, it happens. If I remember the fight against Close, he did not look good at all. He's such a 50-50 fighter. Against Ronson, he looks amazing. Against Levy, he looks amazing. Shitty fighters. Yeah, I remember. Against Chris Grutzmacher, he looks like shit. Gets another hawk press. He looks like a prospect. Gets the car close. He looks like shit. It's like, dude, make up your fucking mind. You should realistically, you should be 3-2 in the UFC. Somehow you lost a layup. It's like, what the fuck? And he's not that good. He can wrestle, which is his game plan for this fight, I can guarantee you. And his hands are there. Yeah, not more to really say. The betting odds for this fight have Garcia as a slight favorite, about -120, 130, with Machete plus 100. A lot of people are saying, because I made a tweet about it today, a lot of people are saying Garcia's just going to wrestle him for 25 minutes, 15 minutes. I could see it, but I don't think that's gonna happen, to be honest. I think Machete's gonna have to work for this fight, no question. But I don't think it's gonna be. I think he's gonna be able to stop Garcia's takedowns after a while, if not right off the bat. And I think I'm going with the underdog here. I'm going Machete. I think he's gonna stop the takedowns and do it and maybe finish him. But I think it's probably gonna be a decision win. So I'm going Machete by decision. I think the kid pulls off the upset here, and man, just Hoff Garcia ain't that good. Like, he's just really not that good. I've never. He's untrustworthy, which is the worst thing could happen to a fighter. Fighters who are untrustworthy are not ones you wanna pick often. Trust me, I can think of a couple. Couple. I'm not gonna name names because don't want to get down a giant tangent, but just untrustworthy. So I'm going Machete by decision. And after that, the battle of the SEDs, the battle of the long fucking names, and the battle of great bantamweight prospects. We have Saeed, since it's not said because dumb Americans say said like me. But I'll say it right, it's Saeed Nurmagomedov versus Sedyokub Kakramanov. This is gonna be a fun fight to read and say the names of. Great fight. Let's talk about Saeed Nurmagomedov. Saeed is 5-1 UFC. His wins, Justin Scroggins, Ricardo Ramos, Mark Striegel, Cody Stamann, and Douglas Silva de Andrade. Some fine wins. De Silva de Andrade is a great win. He ran through Cody Stamann. Besides that, the other three guys are there. His one loss is Hani Barcelos, who is really good, so can't really get mad at that too much. Well, actually, should I call Hani Barcelos really good? Not really. Hani is a fine fighter. So I get a lot of people I think a couple people shit on Saeed for like, oh, he lost to Hani Barcelos. Like, I don't think much of Hani Barcelos, but I don't think it's a bad thing losing to Hani Barcelos. He's not dog shit. So on paper, if you told me Saeed and Hani fought, I would say Saeed won, but apparently. Okay, I'm rambling now. Saeed's in Nurmagomedov, which means he's not really the striking type, but he's amazing on the ground, which Saeed is. Look at the Stamann fight, 47 seconds, doing that against a wrestler like Stamann's impressive. Even though I don't think Stamann is good, but, you know, still impressive nonetheless. He has a little bit of hands, as you can, like the Striegel fight, but if I remember his last fight against De Silva de Andrade, or de Andrade, he pretty much just wrestled him, if I remember. Maybe I remember that fight wrong, but I don't remember it being that much different from the Nurmagomedov fight. It was just take you down and win. So, the fucking basics of the Nurmagomedov. So yeah, it's Saeed. It's a Nurmagomedov. And fuck, it's Chris Curtis saying 135 has Saeed and Umar. Like, God, you sent 2 to 135 Habib? Really, dude? Not cool. Let's talk about Saeed, the opponent, Sedyokub Kakramanov. This kid's really good. This kid is really good. He's 2-0 in the UFC, of course. I'm dumb and picked against him twice. In his first fight, he ran through Trevin Jones like he was nothing. And then in his last fight, he ran through Ronnie Lawrence like it was nothing. The kid's really good. Nothing more to really say. He's really good. And only 27 years old, 10-2. If he can beat Saeed here, he's already lost to Umar. So well, that's actually really interesting. I didn't even know that. The kid's good, but can he hang with Saeed? Probably not. I don't think much of Lawrence and Jones, so I'm not gonna say those are great wins. They are wins you should get at 135 if you're half decent. And he's pretty fucking decent. Yeah, not much to say. Like, this is gonna be I could see this being a striking match because both these guys are wrestlers. So I could see them both wanting to strike, and if it's a striking match, that's a tough one. That's a tough one. This is gonna be a great fight. This is probably one of the best matchups on paper, skill for skill and all that on the card. It's a really good fight, and betting odds almost agree. Minus 120 to plus 100. I would have it near even. 115 apiece. 110, whatever. These two are this fight could go either way. Either Saeed does his thing and win, Said Cub does his thing and win. They both do their thing. It's a close fight. It could go either way. I don't know. Who I'm going with in this fight is hard to pick against Nurmagomedov. I think Kakramanov is really good, but if he's Saeed level, now you might be pushing it. I think that Said Cub will be ranked one day, or will keep doing good, but I think this is just, he already lost to Umar. Umar is better than Saeed, but Saeed is really good, so I'm gonna go Saeed Nurmagomedov by decision. I think it's gonna be a great fight. Battle of two great bantamweights. You could say the future of the division. And yeah, I'm going Saeed. Would not be shocked if Said Cub wins. After that, the second to last prelim, we're what, 45 minutes in almost, or around that. I don't know how long we're into this, but halfway, we'll say about half an hour, and we're only to the featured prelim. This card's good. This card's really making me talk, which is everyone's worst nightmare. But the second to last prelim, a great fight. We have Jake the Celtic Kid Matthews versus Matt Semi the Jedi Samuelsberger. Let's talk about Jake Matthews. Where the fuck was this guy the whole time? Where was 275 Jake Matthews the whole time? He was amazing in his last fight. He ran through Andre Fialho. If you look back at what people said about him in leading up to that fight in breakdown, it's all the same shit. It needs to be on the ground for him to win. If it's on the feet, Fialho, easy win. I probably even said that. Fialho should knock him out, blah blah blah. What happens? Jake Matthews becomes a fucking striker, a good one at that, and runs through him. What the fuck? Where did this come from, motherfucker? I thought you were a boring wrestler. Now you can strike? Jesus. If he brings this Matthews out again, we are in for A, great fight, and B, if he is actually really good and Fialho just ain't overhyped, which actually is kind of looking like he kind of is, then we are in for a great fight and a really scary member of 170 because he's only 28. So Matthews is really good. He's really good apparently. Talk about his opponents, Semi the Jedi, Samuelsberger. I think he's a severely underrated fighter. I think he's a severely underrated fighter. I think he's very good. He's 4-2 in the UFC. His wins And Jason Witt, Martin Sano, AJ Fletcher, yeah, not great wins, but they happened. His losses, Chaos Williams and Alex Morono. Yeah, like, he's one of those guys who does really good against the shitty guys, but every time he fights a higher up guy, he loses. Like, Jason Witt, Martin Fletcher, he'll beat. Chaos, who's really good, he's gonna lose. Alex Morono, who's very subpar, but decent still, he's gonna lose. So, like, he's one of those guys, he's a fan-friendly fighter. Like, he's very entertaining, very fun fighter to watch, very powerful, but you don't see him doing much. Is he ever gonna be ranked? No. Is he ever gonna win a belt? No. Is he ever gonna beat a top dude? No. So, he might get maybe down the line he'll get a big win and people will see him more, and I think he's really underrated. I think he's a good fighter, just he's not ranked level. So, that being said, the betting odds have Jake Matthews minus 240 to plus 200. Yeah, he has more ways of winning. He's as good of a striker. Semwithwer has the power, but I think Matthews is more calculated. And if he has to, he'll become a wrestler, which I doubt he will. Cause he probably wants to put on a good fight for the fans. Cause if I remember his last fight, he even said after that he was not gonna wrestle. He was either gonna go out or knock him out. So if he goes in there against that, we have a war on our hands, and I'm excited. So I am gonna go. I like Semwithberger. I want to see him do good, but I'm going Jake Matthews. I think he has more paths to winning, and I think he's just a better fighter. So I'm going Jake Matthews by decision. I could see a finish, but I won't count on it. Semwithberger is really tough. If Chaos Williams couldn't get him out there, I don't see Matthews. Maybe by submission, but again, I don't think he's going to go to the ground. Unless he becomes incredibly desperate, even then he might just say, "Fuck it, I want to put on a war," which I think Dana likes that more than I want to win. So whatever. Jake Matthews by decision. Well, I'm not drunk, I swear. I'm just can't speak English. And now time for the featured prelim, the last woman's fight of the year. And it's not a good one. The last woman's fight of the year and the feature prelim. Oh, UFC, you're so kind. We have Cheyenne, the Warrior Princess, Vismas, no more buys, versus Corey Poppins McKenna. Let's talk about Cheyenne Vismas. I still want to say buys. Cheyenne in the UFC is 2-1. Her debut, coming off Contender Series, her debut, Montserrat Ruiz made her a fucking joke. But then her last two fights, she bounced back with wins over Gloria Dupala and Mallory Martin. Terrible fighters, so I'm not shocked that she won. The Dupala fight, she had that insane front kick KO. And I don't even remember that Mallory Martin fight. Like, did that actually happen? I swear to God, I don't remember that. I don't remember that fight fucking happening. I'm not even trying to be funny with you. Like, wow. Mallory Martin's super unforgettable. Bai's ain't great. Like, she can strike. Her wrestling's non-existent. She's trying to strike with you, and again, a fight against Corey McKenna, who's a pretty shitty striker, is actually a really smart game plan to have. So, yeah, Buys ain't bad, or Vismas, fuck, Deladze, ain't bad, just, that Ruiz fight told you a lot. She's not good. Yeah, she can strike, yeah, she had that insane head kick KO, and yeah, she's won 2 in a row since, but come on, look who she beat. For fuck's sake. Look who she lost to. Montserrat Ruiz ain't that good. So, it's just like, what the fuck? They talk about her opponent, Corey McKenna. Wow, she was hyped up until she wasn't. She's also 2-1 She's also 2-1 UFC, also coming off Contender Series. These two are a lot alike. She actually beat a good fighter on Contender Series, and Vanessa Demopoulos. That one has aged better than her other 2 wins actually in the UFC. because her 2 wins in the UFC are Kay Hansen, Jesus Christ, and Miranda Granger, good Christ. Her loss, also a shitty fighter, Elise Reed. So these two have the exact same record at 7-2, have the exact same UFC run, Contender Series 2-1, and now have beat the exact same level of talent. 2 shitty fighters and lost to a shitty fighter. The best fighter out of their 6 fights is Montserrat Ruiz. Well, if we're not counting Contender Series, then it's not so demopulous. But if we're if we're not counting DWCS, just their 6 main fights, Montserrat Ruiz. These 2 fucking suck. McKenna's only 23. She's very young. You can obviously see that with how she fights. Very green still. She looked great in her last fight against Miranda Granger. Overall, this is about 2 fighters who I don't think are good. One wants it on the feet, one wants it on the ground. Betting odds for the fight have buys -180 to +155. I don't see that. I would have it 115 apiece. These 2 are literally almost the same in everything besides how they fight, and even then, they're not far apart. They're really good. They're subpar something and shit at everything else. With that being said, I don't like one, and one I don't trust. Speaking of don't trust fighters, Corey McKenna. I'm going Corey McKenna. I can't pick buys. I don't like her. Because she's just a bitch in general. She fucked over JP and fuck Rome Delarte at the same time. And I feel like Corey could do something where I could just see a world where she takes Vismas down for 15 minutes. If Montserrat Ruiz could do it, Corey McKenna can. Corey McKenna by decision. Come on, Wales. Come on. Come on, Mary Poppins. Last woman's fight of the year. Don't make me look stupid. You're gonna make me look stupid, aren't you? Corey McKenna by decision. Those are the prelims. Really good prelims for an Apex fight night. Great prelims. Now let's get on to the almost pay-per-view worthy main card. As we start off with a un-pay-per-view worthy fight, as we have Cody Brundage versus Michael Hasar Oleszejczyk. Yeah, why is this on the main card over Cop, Battle, Matthews? Why? Let's talk about Cody Brundage. In the UFC, he is 2-1. His debut, coming off Contender Series, he lost to William Knight. In his UFC debut, he lost to Nick Maximov in a close fight by the end, but still lost. Then he's had 2 wins in a row now. Dolce Lungambula, who just got cut, and Trayshawn Gore, who sucks. He's not a terrible fighter. He's underwhelming. Very underwhelming. He shows talent at times, like the Gore fight knocked him out cold. The Lungambula fight, everyone shows off how good they are against Lungambula. Cody does train at a really good gym. You have Anthony Smith, Dustin Jacoby, Rob Wilkinson, who just won PFL, Brandon Royval, Hernandez. Like, yeah, he's at a really good gym. So he's not like he's at some fucking shitty gym. He's at a really good gym with time. I think Dustin Jacoby's in his corner every fight, so that's a great fighter to have in your corner. And, yeah. Factory X is a good gym. Cody Brundage is a okay fighter. And this fight didn't really show if he's really that good, because beating Dolce shows nothing. Beating Trayshawn Gore shows really nothing. Losing Nick Maximov is a bad look, especially after what has happened. I think Duke got fucking cut. How you look at Michael Oleszejczyk, who's a very mid fighter, I don't think he's that good at all. But if he loses this one, he's just gonna fucking fight a couple more times and get cut, because that means he ain't that good. Talk about his opponent, Michael Oleszejczyk. This is his second fight at middleweight. Excuse me. Somehow he was fighting at 205, being being 6 foot tall and super skinny. He's a very skinny dude. In the UFC, he is 5-2 overall. He 5-2-1 or 5-3-1, my bad. Fuck. This is his second fight at middleweight. In his first fight a couple months ago, he ran through Sam Alvey, as he should, and now he's here fighting Brundage. He's fought a who's who of guys. He's fought Khalil Roundtree, John Vellante, OSP, Jimmy Crew, Bukowskis, Jacoby. Interesting. So he's fought a lot of dudes. Now he's down a division, probably his natural weight class, and now let's see how he does. I don't think he's that good. I've never saw much of Olajaychuk, but I'm wrong a lot of the time, and maybe he makes me look stupid. Overall, he's there. I've never saw much of him. The bang odds for this fight, you have Olajaychuk, and these odds are fucking insane. Olajaychuk minus 275 to plus 220. Are you smoking crack? I get Olajaychuk as his favorite. I would agree even, but I would say minus 140. Why is he 275? He beat Sam Alvey, for fuck's sake. Come on. Who am I going with in this fight? I know this might be controversial, and Twitter told me it's a pretty bad pick, but Olajaychuk lost to Brundage's teammate, main dude, who I'm 99% sure is in his corner, Jacoby. And I think Brundage is a little underrated. I'm going Cody Brundage in this fight. Is this pick gonna look stupid as shit by the end of the night? Probably. But do I care? No. I'm going Cody Brundage. I can see it. He's the bigger dude. Frame-wise, not overall, but he should be the bigger dude, I'm correct. And I think he could win this. I think he could win this fight. So, I'm going Cody Brundage by decision. It's gonna look stupid by the end of the night. Good chance. But you never know what's gonna happen. Cody Brundage by decision. Jacoby, you better tell this motherfucker everywhere to beat this little Polish dude. So, Brundage by decision. Now, we get into the main event of the night, the real one, the fan service fight of the year. Well, a banger that should be the co-main event, should have been on a pay-per-view, you know what, and it's gonna be a war. We have Drew Dober versus Bobby King Green. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a banger. Did someone want one last fight of the year contender before the year ends? I hope so. Not gonna go in depth on these guys. If you don't know them, you're casual. Drew Dober, dude has the craziest looking chin I've ever seen, and he can take a punch on it because have you seen his fucking chin? Dude does not give a fuck. He goes in there and fights with everybody. He's McKinney, Alves, Riddell, Hernandez. He fights everybody. Does not give a fuck. Bobby Green. We all know Bobby Green. Won the BMF of the year. Fought Islam, Nazareth, Quinta, Fizia, Moises, everyone. Poirier. Bunch of dudes. These two. One's a veteran of the game. One's a crazy motherfucker. Both have veteran records, double-digit wins and losses. This is gonna be a war. We'll give them the fight of the night check right now, because I don't think this is gonna be these two want to fight. Green's coming off that bullshit suspension. Dober's Dober. Let's have a fight, ladies and gentlemen. The betting odds for this fight have Drew Dober minus 165 to plus 135. I would agree Dober should be a favorite, but I'm biased, and that's going to come into play the next two fights, this one and the next one. I'm going Bobby King Green, the BMF. I think he's probably going to lose. He might even get knocked out, but I'm going Bobby Green to win this one because Bobby Green is a bad man. I love Drew Dober, because who doesn't? And I love Bobby Green, because who doesn't? But Bobby Green for the win. Bobby Green by decision. Am I gonna be wrong? Probably. Do I care? No. So this fight's gonna be fight of the night. Gonna be fight of the year contender because it drew it over, and I can't wait. Next up, 4 fights left to talk about, and we got this crazy style matchup at 145 as we have Alex Bruce Leroy Caceres versus Julian Juicy J Erosa. I'll talk a little bit about these two because they might not be most well known to some fans, even hardcores might not know them that well. Alex Caceres, 14-11-1 in the UFC. He's not had many fights outside the UFC. Dude's been in the UFC for so fucking long, since 2011, and he has a record that you would think he should have been cut by now. His record's 19-13. Like, dude, he's so weird. And he went on a crazy fight winning streak from 2019, from that middle of 2019 to end of last year. So, he didn't beat good guys, Steven Peterson, Chase Hooper, Kevin Kroom, Sung Woo Choi. He wasn't beating great guys, but still wins are wins. And then his last fight, he went in there with some DQ stuff and lost badly. I'm not even gonna lie, pretty fucking badly. And yeah, he's like, Caceres is one of the weirdest fighters in the division in the UFC. He has one of the weirdest fighting styles. He thinks he's fucking Bruce Lee. He can grapple like a motherfucker. You don't want to go to the ground with him. Maybe Juicy J does. Like, he's so, he gets subbed a lot, which makes no sense when you're he makes no sense. I don't get Alex Caceres. I literally don't get him. And he's an MMA lab boy, which is a W. I'm a big fan of Caceres because he's just out there, the Fro, Bruce Leroy, weird dude. But man, he's weird. He's a frustrating fighter. He's a very frustrating fighter. Let's talk about Julian Erosa. Dude has that dog in him, like Billy Q. He has like that Billy Q dog in him. Dude does not give a fuck. He goes in there and has fights with everybody. He has my fight of the year right now with Steven Peterson. He fought Sean Woodson, Sung Woo Choi, who knocked him out. Caceres beat him, just saying. Landwehr, Jourdain, Dowadu, Dawson, Arce, Smith, Embers. Dude fought fucking everyone. He fought Paddy Pimblett. He's more technical, and he makes a little more sense than Caceres. He's a fine striker. He looks like he's into striking to work now. His grappling's insane. This is gonna be such a weird fight. Like, I'm trying to break this fight down in my head into you, and it's fucking me up both ways. Because what you got here is a battle of one dude, Caceres, who is probably the better striker and is a good grappler, but for some reason gets subbed a lot. And Juicy J, who is a fine striker with a weak chin, but an amazing grappler. So it's like, what the fuck do you do with this fight? And Caceres is one of the most one night he can look like a world beater, the next night he looks like Alex Caceres. I don't get it. This fight's a great fight. I'm so happy that they're doing it. That's such a weird one. And actually, I predicted this fight after Juicy J's last fight. It's such a good one on paper. The betting odds have Juicy J minus 180 to plus 155. Can't disagree again. But again, I'm biased for the underdog here. I'm going Bruce Leroy. I've never picked against him. I did pick Chase Hooper, but I've not picked against him since. And I'm a big fan of Chase and him, so I hated picking that fight. But yeah, I'm going Bruce Leroy in this one. I don't think he's gonna win. I think he's probably gonna lose. But I always pick my boy Bruce Leroy. That rhymed. So I'm going Alex Caceres by decision, pure bias. If he loses, I don't want to hear shit. I even said it was bias. After that, I'm not going to talk about this fight at all, really, because not much to say. We have Amir the Prince Albaze versus Alessandro Nono Costa. Not going to waste much time. This is Albazi's third booked fight on this card, and this is the biggest step down competition. He had Alex Perez, Brandon Royval, and now Costa. They literally just found whatever guy they could find to say yes and come lose to Amir Albazi. So I'm going to Amir Albazi, my lock of the night, at almost minus 500 by probably. Actually, maybe I will have to talk about this fight a little bit, because I didn't think about how I'm gonna pick Albazi to win. Just I'm picking Albazi to win because you're an idiot if you don't. I wanna say fucking I'm gonna go on Amir Albazi by submission in the first, probably. He should. It's a layup fight. He's a ranked dude, and Amir Albazi locked the night by submission in the first. He's gonna run through him. If he wins by decision, I'm gonna be so pissed, because it's literally decision in my head right now. I'm gonna be fucking furious. Nah, realistically, he's been training he's had a full camp. Costa's had a week and a half, 2 weeks, so yeah, Amir Albazi by decision. Or by submission in the first, my bad. Now time for the co-main event of the evening. The fight everyone's dick riding for some reason, even though yeah, it's a good fight, but Green Doper's better. We have Arman, not saying that nickname, Trashukian versus Damir Kazakh Ismagulov. Not gonna go in depth on Arman Trashukian. If you don't know Arman Trashukian by now, what the fuck are you doing? Arman is one of the best lightweights in the world, and a dude who I think is going to be fighting for about one day. He's very, very good. Yeah, he lost his last fight, but everyone calls it a robbery for a reason. I've never called it a robbery, but a lot of people do, and I would have to go back and rewatch it. I will one day. But yeah, I think Arman's one of the best. I think him and Islam within a year probably are the two best lightweights in the world, hands down. So, for the opponent, Damir, who a lot of people are high on, I think he's fine. I remember his last fight against Guman Kutasalade, and he looked average. Like, I think Damir's a fine fighter. I don't think he's anything special. Like, I don't get why people are so high on this dude. Like, yeah, he's 5-0 in the UFC. Who has he beat? Never heard of the first guy. Joe Alvarez, so did Arman. Thiago Moises, I don't think that good. Rafael Alves is and German Kutaladze is fine. Like, I don't get why people are so up this dude's ass. He's talented. 20, and I go, well, and also that record being 24-1, I kind of get it. But like, I don't know. I'm going Arman Trashukian in this one. He is the minus 170 favorite, and I do agree on that. I don't get the Ismagulov hype. Yeah, he's good, but I think Trashukian is going to be one of the best lightweights in the world, and he's probably going to fight Islam for the belt one day. Again, a rematch. So I'm going Arman Trashukian by decision. I think he's going to be on a murder path after that loss, and I think he's going to be pissed off and want to win. So I'm going Arman Trashukian by decision. And now, the main event of the evening, the last fight of the year. We have Jared Killer Gorilla Cannonier versus Sean Strickland. Not going to talk much on this fight. You know both. Jared Cannonier, former heavyweight, now middleweight somehow. Very powerful. Very good, but has shown holes in his game over time. He's good. The one problem with him, he's never going to beat a top guy like Whitaker or Izzy, but he'll beat Brunson and Gastelum pretty easy. He's good. He's very good. Sean Strickland on the other hand, who's also very good, but is a way different style. He's gonna walk you down, jab you, jab you, jab you, piss you off, maybe a hook, jab you, jab you, jab you, talk to you, jab you, keep his chin up so Alex Pereira can knock it through the fucking roof, and jab you again. You know what you're getting with both guys. Now it's just what guy's gonna get his game plan going better. Is Cannonier gonna knock him out early? Is Strickland gonna Strickland his way to a win? The betting odds have Strickland near even favorite 120-130. I would have Sean Strickland minus 150. I think banking on Cannonier landing one big shot is kind of fucking silly. Excuse me. And yeah, I am gonna go with the favorite here. I think Strickland's gonna get the win here and do his basic Strickland routine. Could I see Jared knocking him out? Yes. Would I be shocked? No. But do I think it's gonna happen? No. I think Sean's gonna jab him for, well, at least it might be a close fight for the first 2 rounds, but by round 3 and 4, especially 5, it's gonna look like the Hermanson or probably more the Uriah Hall fight. So I am going Sean Strickland by decision to end the year. Put your fucking head down, dude. You're gonna don't get fucking knocked out again. So, Strickland by decision. So those are my picks. A long ass video. To go over my picks one more time, I have Sergey Morozov by decision, Manel Kape by knockout in the first, Brian Battle by knockout in the second, biased, Machete by decision, Said Nurmagomedov by decision, Jake Matthews by decision, Corey McKenna by decision, Cody Brundage by decision, Bobby Green by decision, Alex Caceres by decision, Amir Albasi, lock of the night submission in the first, Arman Trashukian by decision, and Sean Strickland by decision. Man, I have very few finishes on this card, I just realized. And those are my picks, my last picks of the year. Tell me yours down below. Hope you enjoyed the video. You'll hear from me sometime before New Year's, because I do want to do my RX UFC honors again like I did last year. Which, like I said, pretty much just be me giving out the awards, how I give the awards of 2022 and UFC knockout fighter, etc. And yeah, that'll probably be pubbed out like before New Year's. I can't promise. If it's not out before Christmas, which it probably won't be, expect it sometime during the week, obviously between Christmas and New Year's, because it's a week apart. So you will hear from me one more time this year, and then you won't hear from me again till the Friday before Gastelum and Imavov. So hope you all enjoyed Christmas. Like I said, like, comment, sub. It's been a great year. If you've watched one of my videos or somehow all of them, thank you. I know that I didn't get many of my goals this year. I didn't get 100 subs or even a good video view. I did get one, but I gotta stand the grind, man. So thank you all for watching. Enjoy your Christmas, New Year's. If you missed my honors video, you'll hear, or if you just skip it, you'll hear me. I'll break down more fights for Gastelum and Imavov in about a month. And as always, for the last breakdown this year, RX out.